Everybody, it's Zach. Welcome back to the Heroverse. And guys, we just got some breaking news from Deadline a couple of hours ago. It was like, how long ago? It was like, I guess it was 1 hour ago that we're getting a Thunderbolts movie. And, you know, it broke, the news really broke that they have a director for the new upcoming Thunderbolts movie. And the director is going to be Jack Schreier. I'm not really quite familiar with his filming creds. I'm not very familiar with them, but I'm very familiar with the person that is set to write the script. The person that's set to write the script, his name is Eric Pearson, and he's the one that wrote the script for Black Widow. And, you know, when I saw Black Widow, I was actually, for the trailers for Black Widow, I was really excited for that movie because of David Harbour's Red Guardian. And I was excited to see, you know, of course, Florence Pugh play Yelena Belova. And I was just excited to see what Black Widow is doing, of course, after the events of Civil War and in between the time before, you know, after, you know, Civil War, between the moment of when, you know, going into Infinity War. So, you know, when I went to go see the movie, I was like, you know, I really enjoyed the movie, but as it went on, I realized that movie really wasn't that good, and I'm kind of worried on the fact that he is writing the script. Hopefully, you know, in that time, you know, maybe he's realized that, you know, not many people really liked Black Widow, and, you know, he'll take a different direction in writing the script for, you know, the Thunderbolts. But as of right now, I'm kind of nervous about that. And again, Jack Schreier, I'm not really familiar with his, of course, filming cred, so I don't really know what he's bringing to the table. But, you know, if you know, Kevin Feige chose him to direct the Thunderbolts, I have faith in Kevin Feige on what he's going to what he thinks about Jack Schreier and of course his filming capabilities and stuff of filming a good movie. On the other side of things, well, one thing I'm a little worried about, again, of course, you know, of what is it, Jake, I think, yeah, his name is, what is it, no, it's Eric Pearson. You know, that was one thing I was a little bit worried about, but the other thing I'm really worried about, again, also, is the fact that they're making a Thunderbolts movie. I don't know if that's the best option, only for the fact I asked my sister, oh, how do you think about them even doing, you know, a Thunderbolts movie? Because I told her that's exactly what they were building up to, of course, with, you know, Valentina recruiting John Walker, and of course, you know, him becoming USS agent, on top of, of course, Yelena Belova. You know, of course, Valentina recruiting Yelena Belova, on top of us seeing Ghost, on top of us seeing Zemo, on top of us seeing, you know, there's a possibility White Vision could be a part of that group, on top of us, you know, seeing Abomination coming back in the new She-Hulk series, and of course, us seeing him also in, you know, Shang-Chi. They were clearly building up the Thunderbolts team for the new people that they've been bringing in and the old people that they've been bringing back from the older movies of the MCU and things. So that's why I was like, okay, I knew that they were building up a Thunderbolts team. I just didn't know if we were going to get a series or not, because I was like, you know, they're bound to do a series. At least that's what I think. But it turns out we're getting a movie, and I asked my sister, what do you think about them even doing a movie? And she's like, I really am not interested in any of the characters that we've even seen. I'm not really interested in Yelena Belova. I'm not really interested in, you know, USS Agent John Walker. I'm not really interested, of course, seeing Abomination. Or of course, and I'm not really interested in also seeing Ghost in that. Like, I'm more. She's like, I'm more interested to see if they bring, you know, White Vision into the mix to find out where he's been all this time. I'm like, you know, I was like, yeah, you know, like, yeah, I am really interested in that if they do bring in White Vision, which we're not quite sure who is set to make their debut in the Thunderbolts team. It's just like our speculations of we're going to get White Vision probably in the Thunderbolts. And it's just our speculation. We could get Ghost in the Thunderbolts. The only ones I'm really sure we're most likely getting in the Thunderbolts is, you know, Abomination and, of course, John Walker. That's pretty much the only ones I'm really, and also Zemo. Those are the three I'm really know for sure that are most likely going to be in the Thunderbolts. Ghost and White Vision, on top of Yelena Belova, I'm not quite sure, because as we all know, at the end of Hawkeye, for people that have seen Hawkeye, and for people that didn't see Hawkeye for some unknown reason, you probably want to get out of here and then come back. I mean, I can't imagine that you guys didn't watch Hawkeye, but you never know, because what I'm going to drop is a spoiler right here, so I'll give you guys a minute. Okay, now for people that have seen Hawkeye, you guys know at the end of Hawkeye we see Yelena Belova now knowing that Hawkeye didn't kill Natasha like Valentina said that Clint did. So it's kind of like, did she go back to Valentina after Valentina lied to have Clint assassinated for all the stuff he's done as Ronin that that affected her business? I think in working with Kingpin, or not even working with Kingpin, because we're not even quite sure if that's gotten confirmed that she was working with Kingpin, but we're pretty sure that either he messed with some of her workings, in the time of everybody, being blipped and stuff and being dusted. So it's kind of like, maybe she affected some of her workings, or maybe she was working with Fisk, because we knew that Clint was affecting, Fisk's, operations. So, so with the tracksuits and stuff. So it's kind of like, there's a chance that that's the reason why, she sent Yelena to go kill Clint, because of Clint getting in the way of Valentina's, business. So it's kind of like, would Yelena go back to Valentina after knowing that, Valentina lied? I was convinced that she would want to go after Valentina after, Valentina lying to her about the death of her sister. So it's kind of like, we're not quite sure if she's on the hunt for Valentina, or she just went back to Valentina, or maybe she's just on her own now, doing her own thing, maybe with the other Black Widows, and we'll see her being recruited by, of course, Kate and Clint eventually to get the Young Avengers together. Because I think this is what all is going to happen, is that this is actually a perfect opportunity. Because I was thinking to myself, is this a little too late in the game to bring in the Thunderbolts after everything that's really happened? And I felt like did Marvel really miss their mark to bring in the Thunderbolts? And I thought to myself, no, not really, because as of right now, there is no Avengers. There's no Avengers team. And of course, as we all know, the government really wanted to, take control of the Avengers. And when the Sokovia Accords were put in place, that was to make sure that the U.S. would be able to control the Avengers, to be like, when stuff went wrong, they would be able to greenlight the Avengers to go out and to go save people. Like the government would have to give the Avengers a green light to go out even to avenge. So it's kind of like, now that the fact that the Avengers are gone, and of course Valentina is putting in a group that work in the gray areas, the government, and also in the fact that the government can control Valentina's group of the Thunderbolts, because again, I think Valentina is going to be working with the government, saying, because you remember she told John Walker, there's a time for heroes and stuff, and then there's a time for to do stuff in the gray areas. You know what I mean? Things are about to get a little weird. So it's kind of like, she knew that there was going to be a day where like the government would actually need people that they could control. And, since, she knew that they couldn't control the Avengers, they already tried controlling the Avengers with the whole Sokovia Accords, and that thing didn't even work. With, Tony siding with, Steve eventually, and, them coming together to fight Thanos and things. So it's kind of like she knew that the government were going to want an Avengers group that they can control. So literally, this is a perfect opportunity for Valentina to work with the government so she can get all the things that she wants in the price of them, the government using the Thunderbolts and things. So this is just a perfect opportunity. And I think the Avengers response of saying like this, because I think, the remaining Avengers are going to see the government working with Valentina and working with their new set of Avengers. Now, I can see Clint and I can see Sam putting together a new Avengers team, which will be the Young Avengers. And as we all know, and Falcon and Winter Soldier, Sam knows somebody that can be recruited in the Young Avengers, Eli Bradley, which, is Isaiah Bradley's grandson. So that's one possibility, and he becomes Patriot, if I'm correct. So on top of, of course, Clint knows Kate Bishop, which is like going to be like the new Hawkeye. On top of also Clint knows Yelena Belova, if it's not in the fact of we don't know if Yelena is going back for Valentina for the Thunderbolts or not, but it's a possibility that he could recruit her, saying we need your help. Your sister would want you to do this. You know what I mean? Your sister believed in you and can recruit her as like the new Black Widow. On top of also, as we've seen throughout the thing, it could be some connection where it's like maybe we can bring in what is it? The one kid from Iron Man 3, which I think he becomes Iron Lad, if I'm correct, or I forget who he really becomes, but he becomes someone. But I think if there's a chance that we don't get him, the kid from Iron Man 3, I could totally see, Riri Williams taking over as like the new Iron Man for the Young Avengers team and stuff, because we all know these new young characters are coming in to make the Young Avengers. On top of course, we just got Miss Marvel. I could see Miss Marvel joining the Young Avengers team. So, like, who else? I mean, we don't know about Wicked and Speed yet, Wanda's kids, because they're in the multiverse, but who knows? Those kids could always come back over through America Chavez's powers, because we know we just got America Chavez in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, so there's a chance she can get those kids to recruit them to be in the Young Avengers team. So it's like, I feel like they're going to do a recruitment in response of, of course, Valentina's, Thunderbolt squad that the government is, using for, it's like, and this is, again, Valentina's perfect in to get into the government and get, government secrets. You know what I mean? And the fact of, you let us use your Thunderbolt squad, and, we'll give you some government secrets, and that will help her in the benefit of her bad dealings and stuff, because this is all a plan, so she can get what she wants and get into the government. So I'm really loving what we're getting on the fact of we are getting a Thunderbolts project. I just wish it was a Disney Plus series, because I'm thinking to myself, I think this would be a perfect opportunity that the Thunderbolts would feel more suited to be a Disney Plus series, only for the fact that we really kind of like built up a lot of the characters of the Thunderbolts in Disney Plus shows, whether it be, again, John Walker in Falcon and Winter Soldier, on top of also Zemo in Falcon and Winter Soldier, but of course we got Zemo previously in Civil War, that was his first debut, on top of getting also Valentina in Falcon and Winter Soldier. And then, of course, we got Yelena in the Black Widow movie. And then we got her in Hawkeye. And we got to see Kate Bishop in Hawkeye. And, of course, we got to see, Eli Bradley in, Falcon and Winter Soldier. So we really built up a lot of these characters of the Thunderbolts in Disney Plus series, and I feel like we'll have a lot more, it'll give it a lot more time to breathe the story without feeling like it's rushed. And I feel like, again, Pearson's, script making of the Black Widow, I feel like it would give him more of an opportunity to really let it get fleshed out. And, and I say, maybe instead of doing 6 episodes on the Disney Plus streaming service, we do maybe 8 episodes to really let the story play out so it doesn't feel like it's rushed. Because the one thing people haven't been liking about the Disney Plus shows is the fact that they're only 6 episodes shows. Like, they only are 6 episodes series, and and occasionally we'll get a Marvel series that's like 8 episodes at max. So it's kind of like, it would give a chance for this series to breathe, if we did a Thunderbolt series instead of a movie. Because, again, I don't know, I feel like there's a chance if we do a movie, it might be the script can maybe like make it feel like, oh, it's too long, it didn't need to be this long, or oh, it should have been longer, that way to really flesh out the story. And I just feel like it would be a better suited thing, the Thunderbolts, to do a series, let alone a movie. I don't think it's big enough to do a movie until we get like some set photos and maybe we get our first trailer. But as of right now, I don't think it really needs to be a movie. I would rather it be a Disney Plus series. And that's why I'm really curious to know down in the comments below what you guys think about that. Do you guys want a movie, or do you guys think it's more suited to be a Disney Plus series, because we kind of built the Thunderbolts, squad up in the series, and I feel like I'd have a lot more time to breathe story-wise, and really us get to know the characters a little bit more, and to really understand really what's going on, because also we don't really know what threat we're getting, along with what team is getting thrown into the Thunderbolts. We have our theories on who we think is going to be joining, except the fact I do think we are going to get Emil Blonsky's Abomination, and of course Zemo and John Walker. I feel like those are set yeses for the Thunderbolt squad. And then, of course, we have some, other picks that are kind of just, theories for us as like, oh, who we think is going to be in the Thunderbolts. But it's like, who are they going to face? As we all know, Secret Invasion is going to be the next series that's coming out, if I'm correct. I don't know if it's this year or next year. I can't remember with all the Marvel content we're getting, lately. I just can't keep up on really what's going on. Besides, I know Thor: Love and Thunder is in July 7th, which is that Thursday. Technically, it comes out on the 8th, which is Friday. I'm going to be seeing it the 7th. On top of also, we have, in November, we have Wakanda Forever. So it's like, we do have, those are like the only things I really know that's coming out. Of course, on top of She-Hulk that we're getting. I think we're getting that in July too, if I'm correct. I can't quite remember. Again, there's a lot of Marvel content that we're getting, but you guys understand what I'm trying to say. So it's kind of like, who are they going to fight? Is it going to be, I know Secret Invasion is probably going to last a lot longer of them trying to clean up after the Skrulls, invading in Secret Invasion. That's when, that's what Nick Fury is up in space right now, because he's like on to the Skrulls on them invading and stuff. So that's why I'm like, okay, it's going to take some time for them to, find everybody that's, infiltrated, all these, parts of the government and just all around the world, and trying to take control of the world and stuff. So it's kind of like, it's going to take some time to clean up. So is this the government's response of, there is no Avengers team right now to like try to uncover these scrolls? So are they going to send, is this the perfect time for, Valentina's group of Thunderbolts? Will that be the government's solution? Is Valentina's Thunderbolts in the time of need of Avengers, which there is none? And I do think that's when, again, Sam and, Clint will be the ones to recruit the Young Avengers team. I feel like that's a perfect opportunity. If not just, I could see Clint doing it with Kate, let alone without doing it to Sam. But I could see Clint going to Sam saying, do you know anybody that can help out? And then maybe, we'll see maybe Eli Bradley doing stuff where it's like, okay, Sam's like, oh, this is the perfect opportunity. I think you could do some good here or something, and then put Eli into the Young Avengers team. I don't know. All I know is I feel like I feel like Secret Invasion will be what is going to make the government, will be the solution for the government of, okay, we need people to help us, get these scrolls out of here from them infiltrating our government and our world and trying to take over. We need an Avengers team. And again, that's when Valentina would be like, I told you they would need us, and then send in her, Thunderbolt squad, but of course making a deal with saying, okay, I'll give you guys, we'll help you guys if you give us, access to government secrets. And I feel like the government will be like, yeah, you know what? Okay. Because as we all know, in the world of the MCU, the government is very shady. A lot of times in the MCU, there's usually, again, Hydra infiltrated SHIELD, and then we had SWORD. We have a lot of agencies in the MCU besides SHIELD no longer being there. It went from SHIELD to having SWORD, and there's a lot of things going on right now where I think it's like there is no Avengers team. Besides, of course, the new members that we've seen on the come up with, of course, Shang-Chi, and of course, Doctor Strange doesn't even consider himself an Avenger. And of course, we still, Captain Marvel is up, with Nick Fury, and Monica went up there as well. So it's kind of like they're really short-staffed. And I think eventually at the end of Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan is going to be going up there as well, Miss Marvel. So it's kind of like to do the Marvels movie. So it's like, we're really short-staffed on Earth when it comes to, again, Doctor Strange is, again, doesn't consider himself an Avenger. And I think he's doing stuff with, of course, in the time of when all this is going to go down. I think he's going to be doing stuff with Dormammu's niece, Clea. So I think, we're really, again, short-staffed, again, because we have Shang-Chi and we have Katie. And, of course, we also have Zhao Ling, in charge of the 10 rings, and it's her version of the 10 rings. And, of course, we have Spider-Man, we have Peter, again, no one knowing who he is. So it's kind of like, he really can't, I think, communicate with the Avengers as of right now. So I don't know how he's going to play into things if things go south and stuff. So really, all we really have is, we have Falcon now becoming Captain America, and we don't really know where Bucky's going. So, I mean, I feel like, Clint is is starting to build maybe the Young Avengers team and ask, of course, Sam. And also, and I'm thinking wherever you find Sam, Bucky will be, and then they'll both help Clint build the Young Avengers team up, and we can get the people that we've met in these series of a Young Avengers. And of course, I feel like that's the only possibility of the fact that really there is nobody there except the Young Avengers that we've been building up to be our version, our response to the Thunderbolts as our Avengers. So it's like, I'm excited to see where things will go. I don't think we're going to see this project until 2025. I can't imagine, or even 2024, at the end of 2024. I can't imagine anything past that, 2024 or 2025. I mainly see it in 2025 before we really get anything rolling. And of course, Blade is going to start filming on July 4th. That's when it's, I think that's when it's set to start filming. So, and we don't know when I think we're getting that in 2024. I think I see there's too many things going on. If you guys know, let me know down in the comments below. But we just have a lot of things coming. I feel like the only response to, again, the Thunderbolts will be the Young Avengers, because I feel like we do need an Avengers team. And I feel like, the only reason that the government will want to choose the Thunderbolts team is because of the fact they'll be able to control them, on top of the fact that there is no other Avengers team that was is made until the response, again, to the Thunderbolts, and them having and people maybe looking up to them and saying, oh, I like this new team, or whatever. And then I could see, Clint and all them be like, that's not what the Avengers team stands for. Hell, I wouldn't be shocked if they're called the new Avengers team or something like that. You know what I mean? To really, make the Avengers, angry and stuff. But I think Valentina would want them to be called the Thunderbolts. But of course, the public would view them as the new Avengers team, and then that would spark up, maybe Clint and Kate to start up the new Avengers team to give people actual hope, saying that this is the right way to do things. This is what the Avengers stand for, and these so-called Avengers are not Avengers. These are bad people that, are doing the wrong ways of helping people. You know what I mean? So I'm just excited to see how this goes. And I think eventually that's when I could see maybe while they're doing this, I can see possibilities of maybe then that's when we can do a series to start up. We could see, the Thunderbolts movie. I think it should have been a series. We should have saw them start up being put together. Then we get, in a response, we get the series, of course, of the Young Avengers series, and then of course we do see them come head to head, because I feel like that'd be a really cool way to do it. Unfortunately, I don't think that's how it's going to be. Again, because we're getting a movie, but I just hope in the response, even if they do the movie, because again, it's confirmed that it will be a movie, I hope that it's like the response, to this Thunderbolt squad being like the symbol, like pretty much, the public, looking at the Thunderbolts as the new Avengers. I hope we'll get to see Clint and Kate saying, this can't stand. We got to start a group of our own. And they'll just end it like that, maybe in the movie. And then we'll see them make the Young Avengers movie. I think if the Thunderbolts gets a movie, the Young Avengers need a movie. I feel like that's only fair. And I do think that it should be the end credit of that movie of Clint and Kate, or even hell, Sam and Bucky maybe saying, we need to start a group of our own. And I mean, or we need to put back the Avengers, or put them back together. We need to all come together. You know what I mean? Or we need the Avengers to assemble or some shit. I don't even know. All I know is I feel like I need that as the end credit scene. I think everybody would be hype. And I think people just lose their minds if it's either, Sam as the new Cap at the end with Bucky saying to Bucky, we need to assemble or some shit. I will flip out. Even though, again, if it's Kate and Clint, I'm down, because I feel like they're the ones, because in the comic books, Clint and I think Kate are the ones that start up the Young Avengers team. So I'm down. I think Clint's the one that does it. It starts the Young Avengers team up. But, Kate being there, I feel like, she would want to do that as well. But I'm down. I'm excited to see where this is going to go. Again, I'm a little bit bummed out that it's going to be a movie. I do think it should be an 8 episode series on Disney Plus, along with, again, I think we should do the Young Avengers 8 episode series. But to be honest, I'm okay with this. This gives me hope that they're going to do a Thunderbolts movie. They're going to give the Young Avengers justice and do a Young Avengers movie. So I'm down. Maybe in the response, again, of, the Thunderbolts being the government's saving graces of having an Avengers team that they can control. The Thunderbolts being there would be the spark of starting the Young Avengers team in response of the Thunderbolts. But I'm excited. I want to know down in the comments below what you guys think about all this. Are you guys excited that there is going to be a Thunderbolt movie? Do you guys think it should have been an 8 episode series on Disney Plus? Also, do you guys kind of understand where I'm coming from? Where it would have been cool if it was an 8 episode thing, because you would really have some time to really flesh out these characters and really flesh out the story without things feeling rushed. Because again, that's what people have been upset about the Disney Plus series, that they've only been like 6 episodes max, and if people feel like it's rushed, and that we really can't get a good story through because people think it's rushed. Again, I would have been fine with the series, but the fact that they're doing a movie, I'm thinking that they're going to do a Young Avengers movie. And what do you guys think about my theories about, that them, starting the Young Avengers as like a response to the Thunderbolts being, the government's saving graces of not having anybody to defend the Earth after, of course, Secret Invasion. So I think that'd be interesting if they go with that. I will flip out if my theory was correct, and I won't be upset if my theory is not correct. That's why I love theories. Sometimes you get them right, sometimes you get them wrong. That's the whole fun part of doing theories. As long as you don't you don't stick with your theory until something happens, and then you're disappointed, and then you don't like something. You know what I mean? Because you think your theory is what's going to happen. But yeah, guys, I'm really curious to know, again, what you guys think about this breaking news, again, about the Thunderbolts movie being made, again, by Jake Schreier, and again, of course, also by Eric Pearson. Let me know what you guys think about that. Also, yeah, again, here, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, post notifications, like this video. Expect to have a lot more upcoming breaking news stuff when news drops about Marvel, whether it be in the community tab, because I do post a lot of things in the community tab since I now have access to the community tab. So if I don't make a video about breaking news of Marvel, it will be on the community tab about when we get news about, upcoming things with Marvel. I just thought I would really make a video about this because I have a lot to say about this, like about the news that we got. Again, I'm a little bit worried about Eric Pearson doing the script after Black Widow, but I do think that, you know, since it's going to be a movie, a lot more people are going to be helping him, and I feel like also he might make a comeback after not many people liking Black Widow. I'm going to keep my mind open to the possibility that he might come with a banger with the script, and it might actually be a really great movie from the script. But yeah, guys, again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, post notifications, like this video. I would love to have you guys here, part of the family, part of the channel. We're all about spreading love, positivity, and motivation. Yet again, guys, we are almost to 600 subscribers. Right now, we're at 525, on our way to hit 600 subscribers. On top of, I'm really trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of this year. I would really, really appreciate it, again, if you guys help me achieve my dreams on getting to 1,000 by the end of this year. That is my goal. And guys, this channel is literally about, again, spreading love, positivity, and motivation. Don't let anybody tell you you can't follow your dreams, because you can. Literally, you were put on this earth to, you know, achieve your dreams. I do believe that. But yeah, guys, I want to know all your opinions down below. Let me know your theories. Let me know how you feel about this. Let me know, do you guys think it should have been a Disney Plus series? Where do you guys think the stories could go with them doing a Thunderbolts movie? What will make, I want to know your theories on how you guys think the Young Avengers will, you know, tie into the Thunderbolts, you know, doing this. Do you think the Young Avengers movie would come first before the Thunderbolts thing? What do you guys think is going to happen? I personally think that it would make sense if the Thunderbolts thing came first before Young Avengers, kind of as a response of Thunderbolts being the new, you know, face of Avengers almost, you know, to the public. I do see them wanting to start the Young Avengers as like, okay, we can't let this be the public's face of Avengers when they're doing bad things, you know, for the government and stuff, when the government thinks this is the right way to do things. I really do think it would be more of a perfect way if they did that, but who knows? I'm gonna keep my mind open to to whatever possibility of whatever comes first and whatever, you know, stories Kevin has planned, because in Kevin we trust. But yeah, guys, that was the video. Everybody has a great day, a safe day, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.